I think my wife and I. So my wife's not from Scotland, but we always say, when you go up and down the Byres Road, it's always run about 1984, 1985 on the Byres Road. You go into the shops, it's always like Depeche Mode or Deacon Blue are playing on the stereo. It's kind of 1984, 1985 on the Byres Road consistently, which I am very okay with. I love that.
Yeah. I like streets and buildings and bars and cafes that find their era and just stick with it.
Yeah, I feel like somehow I feel like I feel, I feel it's true. I remember once it was a very niche tweet I put when I used to do Twitter. I put out a tweet once about something about having fond memories of the Ubiquitous Chip because I winched a Jakey once there on Hogmanay, 1985. And I remember a couple of the Scottish guys from Game of Thrones liking the tweet because nobody else understood it. But these were like, that was something that connects. Yeah, I mean, it's a very specific area, and I come from a very specific time in that then as well.
I think I read something about was it one of the directors of the Tron had kind of told you that you could be an actor or given you some advice in that direction.
Yeah, Michael Boyd. It was Michael Boyd that put me. That was the first time I was put on in a real theatre. Michael. He passed away about 18 months ago, Michael. But he and I, stayed in touch right to the end. But he was the first guy that said, I was actually I was a barman in the upstairs bar in the Chip, but I was also doing stand up like in
Yeah.
shitty in places and in bars and stuff. And he said, no, you should come and do in the Tron Theatre. That was the first time I'd done a theatre, like where people sit down and face the front and they're not all drunk and and they're not it's about the stage. It wasn't about anything else. And I was amazed at the difference of the feeling and how much I loved it. But he he used to come into the Chip bar with a bunch of the arty people used to drink in the Chip bar, and I was a barman there, so I just kind of got to know them because of that.